Tic Tac Toe 5 in a row was developed to help support our kindergarten standard of fluently adding and subtracting within 5. This is a 2-player game, and you will need one game board. Both players will share the same game board. We're going to have player 1 be blue and player 2 be green. Now I like to also put it down here so that way it's easier for me to keep track of while I'm playing the game. Okay, so this game is kind of modeled after the concept of tic-tac-toe, where you can capture a group of 5 diagonal or horizontal or vertical. Okay, so our goal is to create 5 adding or subtracting. Here we go, hockey nuts. 2. So player 1 has a choice to put the 2 in any box possible or available. All of them are available right now. Okay, player 2 got a 2 as well. Player 2 can put it anywhere they would like. Player 1 got a 2 as well. Let's put that down there. Any available box, player 2 got a 3. Now 3 is a very good number because 3 plus 2 is 5. So there's tons of options here. I think, and you can work off of each other. So because this is green does not mean that the player 2 has to work off of theirs. Player 2 can work off of this box as well, off of this group right here. Okay, so this is considered a group of 5, 2 plus 3. So we're going to write it under player 2. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay, player 1's turn. Got a 6. Now 6 is above 5, but it's still going to be important. This is going to result in us having to use subtraction to create 5. So if I were to put it here, that would be 6 minus 2 would be 4. So I would be looking for a 1 to put right here, and that would make 5. So I think I'm going to put it here. Okay, here we go. 2. Let's see. Let's put the 2 right here. This is a great one. 5 is 5. 5 equals 5. So in first grade, the standard is understanding the equal sign. So what we have on one side is the same as what we have on the other side. So 5 is the same as 5. So we want to start working with this so students have some familiarity about understanding the equal sign. Okay, so 5 equals 5. That was quite unique. So you continue this gameplay until either all the boxes are full, and then whichever side has the most groups of 5 made wins. Or if this is filled in, one of these players fills their column in first before this is filled in, then that player wins. All right, so this is how you play tic-tac-toe 5 in a row. Enjoy. Now here I wrote 3 plus 2, even though the top was 2 plus 3. And this is the commutative property, and that is okay because 2 plus 3, you combine them, is the same as 3 plus 2, combine them. So just good conversations to have. Okay, so now that all of our empty boxes have been filled in, we want to take a look and see if our equations are correct and which player got the most correct equations. And not only that, we want to talk about our equations. This is a really great time, parents, to talk about that 5 equals 5. What does 5 equals 5 mean? And really talk about what is the equals. It's the same as this is the same as this. You can also take a look at, did anybody get an equation that had more than 2 addends? So we have a 3 and a 2, so that's 2 addends. Were we able to make an equation with 3 addends? Right here, there's 1, 2, 3 were created. A 2 plus 1 was created to make a 5. Here, 3 plus 1 plus 1. And this is really good conversations to have and say, well, what is that? That's 2. How are these the same? How are they different? Those are really 2 great questions to ask. How are they the same and how are they different? Very powerful equations. And do we have any equations here that have the subtraction? And that way you can start analyzing both sides. And here, right here, we have 6 minus 2. What is 6 minus 2? Go ahead and circle it. 6 minus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So you can even write 6 minus 2 is 4, and then you add the 1 is 5. Does this look like any other equations in player 1's turns? Does this look like any of the turns player 2 had? Right here. These are exactly the same. So we're using a 4 and a 1 to create 5, or a 1 and a 4 to create 5. That is the only one here. So from my looking at this, the turns that happen most often and the combinations of 5 were 2 and 3, and then 5. Those were the ones that popped up the most. All right, so this is how you play tic-tac-toe 5 in a row. Enjoy. For our first grade students, we have tic-tac-toe 10 in a row, and this focuses on the first grade standard. It doesn't mean that our kindergartner students can't do this game. It just means that this game has been targeted towards a first grade standard, which is to work fluently with adding and subtracting within 10. So as you can see, this one has a little bigger area of a playboard and more opportunity for different equations. So those are the difference, but basically you play the game the exact same way.